Oh, ho, ho, ho! Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. To each and every one of you. It is Star Wars Day, baby! Star Wars Day it is. And we are, of course, continuing this Sunday night with a Star Wars themed set. Which is, of course, Grogu, Baby Yoda, as he's also called. And, I think this next stage, stage 4, we're going to get this bad boy's ears on. Good evening, Shalini. Good evening, Tiana. Good evening, Lisa. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all of that good stuff. It would be really nice to see you, to hear you. I say hear you. But also, if you could go over to the vertical stream quickly and just give that a like as well, I'd really appreciate that. Just so that we can get it off the ground and running, because it doesn't seem to be getting any traction at all. Yeah, check out Grogu. He kind of looks like a green ET at the moment, doesn't he, Shalini? Kind of looks like a green ET at the moment. So hopefully he looks a bit better once we've attached them ears. That's all I'm saying. So we're there anyway. We're at ET Grogu, or Grogu ET, or whatever you want to call it. And we're nearly at the end of book 1, so we're just going to get through, start stage 4. Don't be shy and all that. Come say hi, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel this wonderful May the 4th, this International Day of the Star Wars, as they like to call it. The Star Wars, yes, it was originally called The Star Wars before they dropped it down to just Star Wars, and then renamed the first movie to A New Hope. So originally the first movie was called The Star Wars, and then it was called just Star Wars, and then after release, retroactively, was it named A New Hope. Just random bits of trivia or fact for you there. Yes, how is everybody tonight? I hope you are all well over there on the old horizontal stream. You guys getting involved already in your chat. It's good to see. And yeah, I hope you are well, and hope what you've been up to this May the 4th. Been anything Star Warsy? You done anything Star Warsy? I know that Tiana would have just been raving on about Star Wars all day, so I mean it is that day. So what we're currently doing is we are building Grogu's ears. So I figured you might just need to build 2 of the same, but it looks like we have to build them 1 at a time, because they're going to be mirrored rather than just 2 of the same thing that we whop on. So, yeah. That's kind of annoying. But in the same breath, it is what it is, I guess. So it is true, you have been harping on about Star Wars all day. I imagined you would be. It is that day. And that's fair enough, right? That is fair enough. That's what you've been doing. I like these pieces. Oh, I've also changed the big camera's focus mode so that hopefully when we put anything up to it, it should just focus straight in on it, and it does. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Finally, we don't actually have to worry about messing up and messing about. You've done nothing Star Warsy at all, have you, Shalini? Nothing at all. And Tiana says, still at my cousin's, but I have a Star Wars game I've been on all day. I thought you were home. You're still... I thought you was home. I'm pretty certain you said you was home. Or that you're back. I don't know. I don't know. I also love Grogu. And you know what? His intention was realized. And the intention behind Grogu, let's face it, when Jon Favreau came up with The Mandalorian and they were going to do a baby Yoda, or a baby of Yoda's species, the intention was to sell toys and plushies and Lego sets and the like. And that intention has indeed been fully realized. Been fully realized, because look, here we are right now, building a toy / Lego set of Grogu. That was the plan, but you're here tonight as well. You still did Star Wars, though, because of course you did. Because why wouldn't you? It's the 4th of May. It's May the 4th. Everybody Lisa says, I am superior. Have you put a like on it though, Lisa? Because I honestly don't know what's going on with the vertical tonight. Already, it's usually at least have 1 or 2 impressions. But right now, it's getting like none. It's really weird. You want the shoulder buddy. Do they have a Grogu shoulder buddy over at Disneyland Paris then, Lisa? Because if they do, that may be on the agenda for in a couple of weeks' time. I guess it might have to be, mightn't it? We will go and purchase the shoulder buddy. And he will sit on his shoulder. Yeah. And if anybody watched that first season of The Mandalorian, you will know that it starred Werner Herzog. Who is Werner Herzog, you ask? He's Augustus Gloop. And he was the main villain, actually. Well, Giancarlo Esposito was the main villain, but Werner Herzog was one. Oh, they do a Christmas Grogu shoulder buddy as well, do they? Okay, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah, you can get Star Wars nails, but the Grogu shoulder buddy. So Disney do these things at the theme parks, Shalini. They're called shoulder buddies. And they are literally what they say on the tin. They're like it'll be a tiny little plush Grogu. You have a little magnet under its ass, and you take the magnet off. You stick the damn thing on your shoulder, and you stick the magnet under your shirt, and you just walk around with a little Grogu sitting on your shoulder. They're quite cool. Lisa, I mean, I can tell YouTube that you don't eat Domino's. Okay. So there we go. Look, Lisa doesn't eat Domino's pizza. YouTube, she doesn't. But whether or not they're going to listen, that I can't. That I can't promise or guarantee or anything like that because, well, yeah. You have Mushu, Abu, and Forky. And which of those is your favourite shoulder buddy? Why isn't it focusing? Should be focusing on the macro. There we go. Lego. Being a bit of a dick camera-wise today, but hey-ho. We shall just continue, persist, push on, and all that good stuff. You found QRT2. You found QR2D2. Found some on Pinterest for when you're going to the salon as inspiration. Oh, inspiration. R2D2 in the salon. Okay. I mean, Star Wars nails. If that's what you guys want to do, then do. I want them to make a bellhop as well, but you know, before they make an actual bellhop, they'll just make a bellhop Goofy. That's what they'll do. They'll make a bellhop Goofy. I'm assuming this is going to be one of the years. Now, the figure itself, the Grogu figure itself, is to me, it's coming up somewhat disappointing. But I think all of this build is going to be in the hover chair. So we'll just see. We'll see how it gets on. Do they have any Stitch shoulder buddies, like of any kind? Because that would be pretty cool. I'd quite like a Stitch shoulder buddy. Right. Okay. Yoda is your favorite. He is. But you like R2D2 as well. And obviously Grogu's your all-time, is your MVP, isn't he, Shalini? I like me Grogu. So, at least, you know, at least you have that. What am I doing? Not that one. Yes, that one. Is that correct? I've got this all wrong, haven't I? Yep. See, take my eye off the ball for just a second, and you start getting things all wrong. You start getting it all wrong. So it's not that one, it's the other one. You found Yoda nails, have you? That's pretty cool. Right, so that's the back of his ear, I assume. Yep, because it's going on here. Okay. That has instantly made it cuter. Instantly. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Don't forget anyway, if you haven't already, please do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Quite possibly hit the share button as well. I know we're very early in the stream right now, so some people, I guess, will come along as we go on. Yeah, we're gonna need pictures. Of course, we're gonna need pictures of the nails. He has an ear, yes, he does. And like I say, just with that one ear, he looks infinitely better. To be fair, like infinitely better. So when he's got the second one on, I think he'll look pretty good. Hi there, warriors on the vertical stream. How are we this May the 4th? Hope you're well. But yes, Tiana, nails, photographs, please do send them over. When are you getting these nails done, by the way? When are you getting? Lisa says she'll be live from the Tower of London tomorrow to show off the poppies. So if you're not following Lisa over on Rebellion Tours, you better be doing that, because she will be live tomorrow from the Tower of London to show off the poppies on Bank Holiday Monday. Yes, hello, warriors, over on the vertical stream. Hello. I already said hello. Is there sound on the vertical stream? Because we're talking to two streams at once, Mr. Warriors or Mrs. Warriors. So we've got a vertical stream where you are, and we've got a horizontal. They're both running on the same channel at the same time, so that people can make a decision as to which one they would like to view. It's that simple. So I've got, like, your guys' chat for the vertical is up in the air, and then the horizontal is right in front of me, because people just tend to chat more in the horizontal. It's the way they do things. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to keep my eyes down here, my eyes over here, my eyes up here, control the streams, and it all gets a little bit, yeah. It's a lot. And then these connect. I mean, there's people out the front screaming their heads off right now. I can hear them screaming their heads off. Is that out the front, or is that my children? I think that's out the front. Can't really work it out, because any sound that's coming in is coming through the microphone. It's Saturday because of school next week and cinema Friday. So Saturday, so when you get your nails done on Saturday next week. Sweet. And obviously send them in as soon as you can. We are fast approaching the Real Review UK Disneyland Paris trip. It is fast approaching. It's what, 18 days away now, Lisa? 18 days. And we're there. You can't make a decision, fair enough. I'm quite excited about this one, because it's been a while. And there's going to be plenty of videos to make, and we've both got a decent camera now as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. We can make things on an infinitely better scale of quality. Quality. Yes. And obviously, we will bring you Star Wars content from the Disneyland Paris Resort, because of course we will. Because there is Star Wars stuff there as well. Get this on here. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Well, that's better, isn't it? Put him up to that camera. Well, he looks far less like a green ET now, doesn't he? And far more like a like an actual Grogu. That is far better. So we can just position him here. And I think this is going to be the little bug thing or frog thing that he likes eating. Or he does eat. And then he's got his teacup. His teacup is literally just a ball. So, yeah. That is that. 2 ears he have. Yes, Shalini. 2 ears. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Oh, dearie me. I mean, let's not harp on about the prequels, are we? Because there are many apologists for the prequels these days who like to rewrite history. But let's face it, apart from like the last 15 minutes of Revenge of the Sith, the prequels aren't all that good. They're not. They're just hours of people sitting in rooms talking. That is pretty much all they are. And then Anakin Skywalker telling us how he doesn't like sand. You'll be showing people all the chicken, will you, Lisa? But yeah, there are. I'll tell you why there are prequel apologists. I know why it's happened. Because the Disney movies were so damn bad that, by comparison, the prequels look like bloody masterpieces. Yeah, I like the last 15 minutes of Revenge of the Sith. The last 15 minutes of Revenge of the Sith are very good, but the rest of the movie really isn't. And that's just a product of its time, isn't it? George Lucas just wanted to make a because that's what the prequels are, basically a political drama. That's what they are. They're basically a political drama, and that's what he wanted to make, and it's all about, you know, like trade unions and they are a slog. When you actually go back through them, they are a slog to get through. Oh, look, sticker. That one. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not. But in the same breath, the prequels are only quote unquote good now because the Disney ones are so bad. And I say the Disney ones because Disney proved that they knew how to make a good movie in that franchise when they made Rogue One a Star Wars story, because that movie is bloody brilliant. It's a great movie, and I said before, and I'll say it again, its spin-off show on Disney Plus Andor, it's also the best of the Star Wars TV shows over on Disney Plus by far. And it's a damn shame that they know what they're doing, because they can produce that good content, but then they go and produce crap like The Last Jedi and Solo, a Star Wars story. I don't know. Oh, look, this thing's got one eye. Give it a little eye. It's sad because, like I said, Disney know how to make a good Star Wars movie. They proved it when they made Rogue One. And it's probably, to be fair, some of Darth Vader's best screen time is in Rogue One. But, you know, right at the end of the movie when Vader does the scene in the corridor, and if you haven't seen it, I won't say much past that. But the scene in the corridor is probably one of the best Darth Vader scenes ever made. It makes Darth Vader menacing. It makes him terrifying. It shows what a ruthless badass he actually is. And yet, they make that. Then they go and make bloody The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, which are just dreadful, dreadful films. Tiana says, no judging, but I actually love The Force Awakens. Not so much, but still like Rise of... right. Well, I mean, people are allowed to like what they like. I mean, I'm just talking about quality in general. quality in general, these movies are dreadful. They're absolutely dreadful. What on earth? Oh, I've just made a huge mistake. Oh, no, I haven't. I was just waffling on whilst all I need to do is put that in. I haven't made a mistake at all. There we go. Now got a little frog's legs. Now got a little frog's legs. Rogue One, the one about the plans of Death Star. Yes, that's the one. And it's such a good movie. It is such a good movie. Like I say, how can they make such a good movie and then go and make the crap that they went on to make? Like, The Force Awakens is okay. It's a good jumping on point. It's a good sort of reintroduction to the franchise. It is basically a remake of it's basically a remake of A New Hope. Let's face it. I mean, right down to right down to that they're now just being a planet-sized Death Star. It's like, wait, we got another Death Star, folks. We got another Death Star. Where is he holding on to this? Oh, he's holding on to this here. Okay. Got to put it in his little hand. There we go. Oh, look, he's got his snack. He's got his little snack. And then we're going to give him his little tea. He's got a little tea. There we go. Like I said, I'm not trying to knock people's decisions on what they like. But I'm just looking at them from a properly critical eye. I've no idea what these are for, but they go with him apparently. And that is the end of book 1, folks. Which must mean that book 2. Hello, Octoray YT. Yo to you too. How are you doing? Must mean that there's going to be a lot of construction on this hover pram. You have a Grogu of him eating frog's legs, have you? Fair enough. Right, book 1. Oh, sorry, is done. Book 2, stage 5. I have Florence absolutely harassing me right now. I mean, totally harassing me. Oh, no mini bag. No mini bag at all. That's interesting. Usually there's a mini bag. But all the little pieces were just loose in this one. I'm assuming as this is a red brick with holes in it like that. What on earth is going on with the focus here? There it is. I'm assuming that something's going to go through those. Vaughn got you a few Grogus, did he? Well, I would be sad if he hadn't, to be fair. Man needs to know his place. And his place is, buying you Grogus. That's his place. Oh, dear. These stages are going to be quicker to get through, I think. We'll see where we are at the end of stage 7. And where we are for time. Yes, I know you guys love Florence, but, I don't love being harassed by a cat while I'm trying to work. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't love it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Right. That's what's next. That's, I'm guessing, the base of the hover pram. Doing something twice. Kitty cat, Florence is a kitty cat, a kitty cat. She is a kitty cat. She's not a young kitty cat either. Like, she's not a kitten. Not in the slightest. She's just a dick, really. But then again, let me just say it as it is. All cats generally are. Oh. People are tick-tocking me. I don't need to be tick-tocked right now. We're not live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. That's feeling a bit more solid. I must admit, a little bit more solid. And it does look like, by all intents and purposes, or for all intents and purposes, the thing is doing its job quite well. The cooling mat on the laptop. Obviously, this is running far better than it was the other night. And last night, we had a pretty perfect stream as well. Florence, she's got to be 9. I'd say she's probably 9 at this point. She's not a young cat. Not in the slightest. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. But yeah, she's not a young'un. She's not a young'un. So I have indeed, Shalini, seen some of your minions. I have. Don't forget, if you're watching on either stream, please do hit the like button. We'd really, really appreciate it. And it just helps push us out a little bit further. As we talk about life, the universe, everything, and of course Star Wars, as it's May the 4th. Oh, look at that. That just fell off. Just slots in there quite nicely, look. Slots in there quite nicely. I think we're going to build exactly the same on the other side. I do. I think we're just going to build exactly the same on the other side. I love your minions. Don't get me wrong. Your minions are cool. 6 corner pieces I've got to go on here now to lock it all in. 6. Oh, wow. Well, I guess it'll do its job, so... I always wonder, like, are these anymore? Do you think Lego sets are being designed by humans anymore? Or do you think they are completely, you know, translated into a sort of AI computer system, which then basically creates the model and works its way back? What do you mean that was only one shelf? That's a lot of minions you've got. You do, but I do know that you like your minions and you like your Grogus, and yeah, that's correct. That's correct, and that's correct. I mean, this stage has been relatively quick. I'm pretty much at the end of the stage already. Got a couple more things to put on, and then it's like a 10-minute stage, if that. I wonder if a lot of it's going to be like that going forwards. Maybe. Lisa says, my TikTok is gaining, YouTube isn't pushing my stuff at all. It isn't pushing our stuff. It just is not pushing our stuff. And I don't know what we're doing wrong to stop it from doing it. But the system just does not push our stuff out. And it's like, we're supposed to be one of their preferred creators. I've got a partner manager. And it gets to a point where you go, okay, well, what's the point in all of this? Why have you put us in these programs? Why have you, why are you inviting us to these events and stuff like that if you're not going to help us? Because let's face it, the proper preferred creators, like, let's say Mr. Beast, for example, those preferred partners aren't having their stuff on the front page, organically. Those preferred partners are having their stuff pushed by members of staff on the platform who are automatically putting those videos or on the front page. You're getting 1.1k on shorts, are you, Tiana? That's good though, right? Nobody's moaning about that, but what we're moaning about is that we just don't get it. We don't get the system. It doesn't make much sense at all on how it works. And, you know, what are we going to do? It is slightly somewhat annoying, I will say. The really big one Vaughn's sister gave you. Is Vaughn home tonight, Shalini, or is he on another bounce of work? Well, like I said, Lisa, you know, they taken up hours and hours of my time. They've asked me to go to events. They've asked me to do this, that, and the other. And yet, when we ask them for, you know, a little bit of at least guidance, maybe not even help, but guidance, doesn't seem to be forthcoming. And it annoys me because they obviously want to make money off the back of us. Because if they didn't want to make money off the back of us, they wouldn't be giving us a partner manager. They wouldn't be putting us in these programs and things like that. They're not just doing that. You know, they're not giving me a 5-star hotel in London out the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it because they want to make money off of us. I'm somewhat confused. Oh, okay, no, I get it. I'm no longer confused, don't worry. And so if they want to make money off of us, you know, because let's face it, the majority, and I mean the majority of money that's made on these channels, let you into a little bit of a YouTube secret. The majority of the money made on the channels through AdSense, the advertisement, goes to YouTube. So they'll run an ad on our channel, a company will. They will have to pay sort of somewhere between £7 and £10 per 1,000 views. £7 and £10 per 1,000 views, and they pay that. But we get £3 out of that. If we're lucky. If we're lucky. The rest of it, the vast majority of it is going to YouTube. So, you know, it's a money-making situation that heavily favours them. And it's just like, if somebody gives us a super chat, you know, which we really do appreciate, and obviously here on the horizontal stream, we've got a goal of 5 super chats of any denomination tonight for May the 4th. But if anybody gives us a super chat, first and foremost, we don't actually see that money. Like, if I was given a super chat today, I wouldn't be given that money till the end of June. So I don't get it until the end of June. And secondly, they take 30% of it. So that's, you know, the reality of the situation. If somebody chooses to send their favourite creator a super chat, only 70% of that money is going to the creator. YouTube are still taking 30%. And then for ads, it's the other way around. It's a 70-30 split, roughly, but in the other direction. So when somebody advertises on content that we have made, we have put all of our time, money, and effort into making, we only actually see 30% of that money. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, when we ask for a little bit of support and a little bit of guidance, and they're doing things like giving us a partner manager and asking us to do all this stuff and attend all these. I've attended so many bloody conferences with them. I'm sounding off a little bit, I know, but the point remains. You know, it's a symbiotic relationship or a symbiotic relationship where we're supposed to make money off of each other. And it just doesn't feel like that at the moment, because it feels like they want to make money off of us, and be damned if we actually want a bit of help or support. So, with all that out of the way, little things like hitting the like button really, really does help. Did you hit the like button over on the vertical, Lisa? Because I'm looking at the vertical right now, and it's still got 0 on it. I mean, you went over there. I know you went over there. It's still got 0 on it. And yes, Octo-Ray YT, wieners indeed. Right? I know I'm allowed to sound off, but if that's the case, you put all the shorts on TikTok. Oh yeah, and I mean, look, listen. When it comes to shorts, you are getting, I would say, if you're lucky, 10p per 1,000 views in ad revenue. If you're lucky. The ad rates on shorts are so much lower than they are on video content. So keep that in mind. So if you're going to be a shorts channel and you think you want to make financial success out of it, you're not going to. I mean, you could get hundreds of thousands of views. You're still not going to make much money. And it's just the way it is. Good evening, Mr. Beats and Tapes. May the 4th be with you, my friend. And anytime that someone does send a super chat tonight for May the 4th, I will ignite the lightsaber. Hold on, so you can hear it properly. And give you a woohoo! As it's May the 4th. And yes, this is Darth Vader's lightsaber. Yes, it is. So if you can already, please do hit that like button because, as I said, it really does help. It just shows the algorithm that people are engaged and interested. And we do like to speak about life, the universe, and everything. So I do like the conversation to be driven by you guys. The conversation's usually driven by the horizontal chat. Tiana says, I'm not on there necessarily to make money, but knowing that people are struggling is kind of sad as... Yeah. And I get, look, Tiana, it is what it is. You know, it's not your fault. I May the 4th be with you always, indeed, Shalini. May the 4th be with you always, indeed. I mean, with the content that you're making, Tiana, I'm glad that you've got some moderators in place because... Let me just say it as it is. You're young, you're impressionable, and you know you get some real bastards in the chat, and we get them here, you know. And I've got an actual stalker. You've got to remember that. I have an actual stalker. Have done for a fair few years now. So yes, good. Oh, Emma Watts, how are you? Good evening. Okay. So what I'm saying is, you know, lean on the right people to look out for you. And be wary of many people. You can't super chat. Okay, fair enough. Don't worry about it, Octo-Ray YT. Don't worry about it. Like, but thank you anyway. I don't get why it wouldn't. Hold on. I'm just going to test something on the vertical stream. Don't hate me. But I've just whacked an ad in. I just want to know if it went. Monetization's on. Trying to super chat, but you can't. Yeah, like I say, don't worry about it, Octo-Ray. I'm on the freaking chat again, man. There you go. You're in the horizontal. There you go. That's where. Yeah, and I mean, you know, that's why I'm heavily returning to long form content as well, Lisa, and that's why, you know, theme park season's here. And this coming Sunday, so a week today, we will be at Thorpe Park in Chertsey, Surrey for our first thrill rides of the year. Heavily looking forward to it. Of course, there will be a general vlog of the day. There will be general intermittent vlogs. There'll be on-ride content. All of that good stuff coming for that. And also, we have Disney. So Disney's coming up. Emma says, And well, thank you. Spent today with my son, daughter-in-law, and my young granddaughter. Been a brilliant day. Well, happy May the 4th to you and yours, Emma Watts. And also, remember, guys, you can become a channel member here from just 99 pence a month. And once again, even that, 99p a month, YouTube take 30% of it. They take 30% of it. Oh, well. Because it's not about money. It's about, you know, giving back. And we did a members-only show last night. Well, first part of it was members only, and then we opened it up to the public. But we did music, we did a sing-along, we had a laugh. It ended up turning into an Aerosmith tribute show by the end. Fun fact, it did. But those shows are one and done, so once they're done live, you can't see them again. But it was good fun. It was good fun. But we like to do those sorts of things for members because, you know, if somebody's even going to go that extra mile in chucking in 99p a month, then of course we're going to give back and we're going to have some fun. Yes, I did. Yeah, we did. We started at 7:30. And there was both a vertical and a horizontal as well. So the first half an hour was 45 minutes or so was for members only. And then it opened up and we had everybody in. And like I say, it ended up turning into an Aerosmith tribute show. It was really quite fun. Actually, I had a really good time. Surprisingly, because you know, I didn't think I could hit the Steven Tyler notes anymore, and apparently I can. Trooper Arts Man says, yo to you too. How are you this May the 4th? This hover pram is definitely going to be the bulk of the build. Trooper Arts Man is saying yo in both streams. So horizontal and vertical. Just hit the like on either or on both. Please do, because it just tells the system, you know, we're here. And whilst we we do build the Lego on the stream, it's mostly about talking to you guys. What these streams are about. Join the dark side, my Sith Lord. Okay, well, you know, if we're going to join the dark side, then you got to ignite Darth Vader's lightsaber. What you got to do? You got to ignite Darth Vader's lightsaber. But I really shouldn't have. I should have changed the batteries in it. Ben's got to sing one of my songs one day. I will sing one of your songs. I will learn one of your songs for a substantial donation, Beats. I'll throw down the gauntlet for you. Yeah, that lightsaber is weak. It needs some batteries. It needs some batteries. I'm sorry, Mr. Trooper Arts. I'm sorry. You couldn't join for the first half hour, right? But after that, it was open to all. So you were able to join after that. And then when I opened it to all, I sent the vertical live. So you should have got a notification that the vertical. Sing the Star Wars theme. So you just want me to go like do 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 do. Happy May the 4th. So but yeah, so after that anyway. So yeah, Beats. You can pick one of your songs. You can. But it would be for a site because the songs you were coming out with last night, they're not the type of songs someone like me knows. Put it that way. They're just not. Oh, for God's sake, there's going to be a lot of repetition here, isn't there? There's going to be a lot of repetition. This is going to get... What do you mean, why did no one come? And Smoky Cryptic 13 says, hey, over on the vertical chat. Hey there to yourself. Hell. I like the little bald eagle. I like the little bald eagle emoji up there. Trooper Arts Man. It's nice. No, it's gone. It's gone. The streams are all gone from last night. I deleted them because they were a one and done, because they're not everyday things, are they? I don't do them all the time. So, well, yeah, good songs indeed to you, Mr. Beats and Tapes. Good songs to you. But like I said, you want that kind of music? I don't mind doing it. But has to be worth my time to learn it. Put it that way. Happy May the 4th to you, Mr. Smoky Cryptic, as well. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well this beautiful Sunday. Is it a beautiful Sunday where you are? It's been very warm here again. So, yeah, it's been beautiful here. What did I say? What did I sell to John? What did I sell to John? I'm very, very confused now, Beach. You've confused me. You've confused me, sir. I have sold nothing to John. Dark side or light side? Well, of course it's the dark side. Because let's face it, they actually get to have fun. I don't even see the dark side as dark side. Humid and kind of rainy, was it, Smokey? Oh. Well, I kind of wish it was kind of rainy, at least here, because the last God knows how many days at this point, it has just been absolutely unbearably hot, and to the point where we've not been sleeping well, even with a fan above the bed. Like, we've got a ceiling fan above the bed, and we're still not sleeping well. It's hot, and it's uncomfortable at that point. Ooh. Tiana says, my life is sad, but glad you had a good night. I don't need anyone to give me anything members-wise. I'm just a brown teenager. It's all good. At least you're giving back to people. Look. And I was about to get into that, actually. I was about to get into that. That, remember, guys, you can also gift other people memberships. I get the sheep for free, do I, Beat? So have you sent me the sheep? Or is that just you're going to say my dog, River, is the sheep? Because, you know, if you want to send me a house sheep, feel free. I'll take on a house sheep. It might not, he's building the droids we're looking for. Blast them! I like that. I like that. But it is that, it's that day of the year, isn't it, guys, where we celebrate all things Star Wars. Cloudy, the sheep are in... You've just told me that you've put livestock in the post. Like, actual livestock in the post. I mean, you don't... I'm impressed, because I don't think that you know my address, but you've put some livestock in the post, have you? That's fair enough, man. I look forward to receiving it. See, when you got to do things like 8 times, it gets really, 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 really repetitive. Anywho, hit the like button if you haven't already, please. If you're watching on the vertical, the best way to do that is just, if you're on your phone anyway, just double tap the middle of your screen. It will put a like on a vertical stream. Don't be shy, of course. Come say hi if you're watching the horizontal or the vertical. We do like to see you, and we like to speak to you, and we like to say hi to you. So, yes. Ah, look at that. This thing's going to be... This is where all the money is. This is where the £90 are. It's in this hover pram. Trooper Arts says, me and boys on the ship about to blast some Jedis. I'm in the ship, gonna be blown out of... Yeah, that was the Stormtrooper rap. Fair play, my friend. Look, at least you're having fun. And that's what it's all about, right? Having a bit of fun. What do you mean it's cruel? What's cruel, Shalini? Putting livestock in the post? I mean, it's weird. It's certainly weird. Yeah, this is where the £90 is. I mean, I didn't pay £90 for it, but we got it at just over 60 from Smith's Toys here in the UK. You may take a jumper tomorrow to London. Is it meant to be cold tomorrow in London? Plan is Tower of London / V&A. What's V&A? You can't just say slash. Do you know someone named Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jedi with the big beard, with the hello there meme? You've seen him. Hello there. Hello there. And where are we filling these? You know, just on here. Okie dokie. So, some of you people, Smoky Cryptic, Trooper Arts, where are you guys from? We're here in the UK, obviously, Southeast England. Victoria and Albert Museum. Oh, okay. Are you going to go live? From Victoria and Albert, or are you just going to make a video there? Tiana says, my ear popped and made my ear worse. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, but yes, if it's going to be chilly, take a jumper. I was going to say the same thing, Lisa. I wasn't sure that Royal Mail delivered sheep either, but here we are. I was like, what's going on there? That's what's going on there. See? Quick remedies. You're in the US, are you? True Brot, I'm in Tatooine. Traffic's worse here. Well, yes. But you've got some, you know, you've got some hives of scum and villainy. You've got some wonderful docking bays. And a rather large, nasty, angry slug man knocking about. So, Smokey says, I'm Lord Vader. Rise, Lord Vader. I mean, we were talking about the prequels earlier. And I'm not a prequel apologist. I'm not. Because just because the Disney films weren't great doesn't mean the prequels all of a sudden become great. They are just the last 15 minutes of Revenge of the Sith are really good. So there is that. Lisa says, pinch your nose and blow through your teeth. You probably have messed up the pressure in your ears. I was about to say the same. Yes, of course, I mean Jabba. Or the streamer. No, I'm not going to say it. But yes, I mean Jabba. Jabba the Hutt. And with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's coming out next December, I believe one of the main characters is going to be Rotter the Hutt, which is Jabba the Hutt's son. It's going to be one of the main characters of the Mandalorian Grogu movie. And obviously, it's going to be fully realized in CGI. Because they don't do practical stuff anymore. I mean, when they went out and did the special editions, they even, CGI'd over Jabba. He looked fine as a rubber suit and practical. He looked real. But that was George, always wanting to mess with the films. So they're his movies, I guess. Or they were his movies. Now they're the property of Disney. They're Bob's property. Yeah, this is certainly going to be a big hover pram. This is not going to be small. I mean, that's stage 6 pretty much done already. We're only an hour in, and we've done 4, 5, and 6. Where is that going? Going across there. And then them down the middle. Yeah, that is the end of stage 6. I only got up to stage 7 out. Yeah, Jabba had a son named Rotta, R-O-T-T-A. I kind of look like Kenobi. Oh. I think that's the best compliment I've had in a long time. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right. Stage 7. We're doing something 4 times over. So, I reckon this whole stage is going to be these 4 things by the looks of it. This cooling mat for my laptop has really done the job. It's really, really helping. We are getting nice smooth. And also, once again, for the second stream in a row, we are 100% rocking on Wi-Fi. We're not even on the cable. Although I have lost the screen, it keeps just cutting in and out. But that's nothing to do with that. That's just dick connections. I keep looking up because that's where your chat is, Trooper Arts. So I've got 3 screens here. The horizontal chat's right in front of me. It's there. Then I've got the actual show being run on Open Broadcast Software, OBS, which is on this middle screen here. And then the vertical is up there, where I'm looking at you. So in order to read your chat, I have to look up there. Because I'm running 2 streams at once, and I'm controlling the show. And then I've got multiple cameras and lights and things like that set up here. And I'm running it all by myself because I have no producer. Because I couldn't afford one even if I wanted one. I'm not just sitting in front of a webcam. There's a lot going on here. But yeah, so if I want to be able to see what you guys are saying up in the vertical chat, you've got to go up there. Not paying the bill, of course. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, that's basically it. Tiana says, this is annoying. I'm sorry for being now annoyed. Why? I've got no no problem with anything you're saying, Tiana. None whatsoever. There's no need to apologise. Yes, me and John. Well, to be fair, I actually run more in my setup than John does. So I'm doing this by myself as well. So it's it's a lot of work. I've got to sit here. I've got to talk to you guys, which I love doing, by the way. It's the best part about all of this. I've got to build the Lego so that you guys can see what we're doing down here, and then I've got to run all of these lights and cameras and look up at. Hello there. Why am I filling the sentence, Trooper Arts? You fill the sentence. I'm going to build the Lego. Hello there, General Kenobi. Sorry, no. Not doing it in my General Grievous voice. And adding the occasional cough. General Grievous was such a wasted character. Gianna says, my ears are making me insane. I'm just kind of annoyed at everything. I'm sorry. I'll go if it's too much negativity. Nobody is saying anything about any negativity. You are fine. I promise. You are fine. And it's all good. Everything is good. Or as they say in the Lego movie, everything is awesome. God. You know what? That first Lego movie was brilliant. It really was. That first one. The second one was crap. The second one was, we need to capitalize off the first one as quickly as possible because the first one's done really well. But yeah, the second one was the first one was really good. Same with the Star Wars, really. I mean, The Empire Strikes Back was really good. Return of the Jedi was really good, and then George should have left it there. He should have done. He should have just left it. But he didn't. He then started going back and messing with the movies and making special editions and then special editions of the special editions. And then he was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 3 prequels that are going to stand right in... Everyone's just going to stand in front of a green screen and talk politics. And so he did that. And then we got Hayden Christensen not liking sand. For some reason. Like, this was the thing that made Padme go like, you know, yeah, this is it. This is the guy for me. This is the guy who I want to, you know, knock me up with twins. It was his talk about sand that did it. I don't like sand. Oh dear. Sorry. I am not watching any Star Wars movies tonight, Beats and Tapes. What I'm going to do after this show has ended is I'm going to turn on a little game called Fortnite. And play some Star Wars Battle Royale, because that is what is going down at the moment. We have a Star Wars Fortnite season. I could maybe drop a little stream out at about 9:30, 10 p.m. maybe. Just to show you what's what with that. I'll have to get permission from the boss. The boss being my wife. Yes, I am building the Lego. You're doing your marathon again tonight. What marathon's that? And I'm not sure that John is... Sorry, John. I'm not sure that... While we're talking about John still, Lisa, are you not live? That is the question. That begs the question. Is Lisa not live? Has she managed to get herself running behind? It happens. Oh, you're doing your Star Wars marathon again. Eesh, you're going at it again? I mean, fair enough, but... I mean, you know, that's all I got. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, we like what we like, right? The London Marathon was last week. Yes, it was. I saw some people running the marathon, and we had a family friend that was running the marathon as well. And I just said to her, nah, all good. Lisa says, James is giving my hearing aids a once over later. The elbow bend need a clean. I think somebody needs to tell Lisa to skip to live. So could somebody put that in the chat? Because I'm pretty sure she's fallen behind. You can take them off. It's too fiddly. Yeah, I think she's fallen behind. Which is, you know, fair enough. It happens. Happens to the best of us. It does. Happens to the best of us. And the fact that she's not immediately responding, saying, nope, I've not fallen behind, means she's definitely fallen behind. Absolutely. So somebody in the horizontal chat could just whack that in there. And say, Lisa, you've fallen behind. Skip to live. Looking at you, Shalini. Type in your Irish accent. Oh, there, Lisa. Skip to live. Skip to live, would you? Sorry. Right. Unless, of course, the stream is fucked. Which is also a possibility. Okay, so that is what the 4 of these are going to look like. And then we've got to put them upside down. I don't think I did a terrible Irish accent there, guys. What do you think? The audio stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended. We recommend you use an audio stream bitrate of 128 kilobytes per second. I'm pretty sure it's higher than that. So, okay, YouTube. Yeah, a lot of these segments that we're building now are just going to be build 4 of this, build 5 of this. It's going to be a lot of repetition because it's quite a symmetrical thing that we're building. It's hover pram. What do you mean you're saying nothing? What I would ask you to say is, unless something's happened that I'm so dramatically behind, I'm just going to listen to myself and see where I am. I'm listening. No, I'm not dramatically behind. So could somebody tell Lisa to skip to live, please? Just type it in the chat. Lisa, you're not live. Skip to live. And if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. And yes, she did just say something, didn't she, Beats? You're right. They're going to fold up like that, you see? It wants me to put them in like that. I mean, this hover pram is all of the money. This is where all of the parts are. By the time somebody actually types and says, Lisa, you're not live, she'll have heard me shouting down the thing going, Lisa, you're not live. And she'll go, oh shit, I'm not live. I think that's where we'll be. Right. Okay. We're going to continue to put stuff together. Let me just check on tonight's subscriber count. We're going to see where we are. Okay, so we're going to see where we are. Tonight's we're at 2,175 subscribers. Now that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I like that. However, I think we can do better. I think we could get to 2,180. However, that involves you guys hitting that like button. You are live, are you, Lisa? My vertical stream has crashed. Are we still streaming? I'm so confused right now. My vertical stream has totally crashed up top. That's that one. That's that one. Okay, we are still streaming. Good. That's that one. I'm just trying to sort this out, guys. Give me a second. That's that one. Why does it say that the fucking stream is finished? Now, I'm so confused. I think my vertical stream is still live. It does appear to be. There we go. I've sorted it. But yes, the point I was making, we are 2,175 subscribers. I think we could get to 2,180 if you guys could subscribe. We'd appreciate that. And you could come say hi. Don't be shy. And all that good stuff. Spoiler alert, he is going to break it. You must have messed up opening a text. That's fair enough. My Irish accent There's nothing wrong with my Irish accent, Shalini. There's nothing wrong. Yes, I am kind of coping. It was dreadful. I know it was dreadful, okay? I do. I know it was dreadful. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't great. Get your head around that one. What am I going to break? You generally think I'm gonna break something. I didn't break anything. It's all working. Everything's up and running. It's all good. See? It's all up and running. For now. But knowing Lisa, she means I'm going to break the set. Because she has absolutely no faith in me whatsoever. No faith whatsoever. Normally when you start messing, you break it more. I've sorted it. I have sorted it. Not today, as Buzz Lightyear would say. I have not broken the stream. I have fixed it. Okay, we're putting this over here now. Put this there. Put Grogu here. He can sit in the corner. No, for a reason. There's no... Lisa. I know, okay? I know. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. It's sheer incompetence, I'm aware. However, I'm not such a bad driver, huh? So at least I could do something. Okie dokie. I mean, the vote of confidence from all you guys, that the show of faith is so appreciated. I feel blessed by that. I intend to check my tires. Don't worry. It is on the list, and it's looking like I don't have to pick the children up at all that day as well. So I'm free to leave pretty much whenever. Because Chrissy's borrowing a secondary car. Which is handy. I have no idea what that's going to be. It's just going to be a part of it, you see? It's going to go in there, so on there maybe. I don't know. I'm having some Red Bull. It's not giving me wings. Alternate Reality says, I'm on my sister's iPad. Like, well, who's Alternate Reality? Is that Tiana? Hi there, Alternate Realities on your sister's iPad. Is it just someone popped up? I'm on my sister's iPad, lol. That's cool. But who's on their sister's iPad? Thought so. I thought it was Tiana. That's fair enough. Well, I'm guessing your device has died. Okie dokie. We're getting to the end of this stage as well, stage 7. We're pretty much there. Which is interesting. I'm actually flying through these build stages. We've done, what, 4, 5, 6, and 7 now. You're yawning like crazy, are you, Lisa? Well, you shouldn't be yawning on May the 4th. It is Star Wars Day. Star Wars Day. You know it makes sense. Okay. Fudging hell. This only happens once a year, guys. It only happens once a year. Brain keeps waking me up really early. That sucks, man. Right. Okay, so this goes on here. Then we turn that around. And we're going to put these on to attach it all together. Look at that. He's going to sit in here quite nicely, isn't he? He's going to sit. I'm in my hover pram. Oh, yeah, I'm in my pram. He's going to sit in there quite nicely when it's done. I don't quite understand these. Okay. We'll do 8. We'll do 8. Because we might as well find it. Go for it. I've got the box now, you see. That's 10. There will be 3 more stages after this. So we will call it at the end. Nearly Star Tours time indeed. And for those who don't know what Star Tours is, it is a simulator ride. Based in the world of Star Wars. Occasionally they start giving it random scenes when a new Star Wars project comes out. But it's pretty good fun. It's pretty good fun. And if you're going to Disneyland Paris, where obviously the default is the French language, that is, I think, the only ride left on resort that you can actually ask to have in English. You can ask them nicely, can we ride in English, please? And they go, oui, okay, you may ride into English. And they let you ride in English. But you have to ask them very, very nicely. I imagine people have events all over the world for Star Wars Day beats and tapes. I imagine it's all over the world people have it. It's been down quite a while, has it? So hopefully it runs smooth. I'm hearing mixed reports about stealth at Fort Park, by the way. Apparently that thing is fucked. And I know it's slightly off topic, but it's part of what we do here on the channel. We do theme parks and that. Stealth is an Intamin launched roller coaster. It uses the hydraulic type launch with the catch car and cable. And it's over 20 years old at this point. So, or maybe it's just it's the end of its service life, but I'm hearing it's not really working. And it's not really operating. And if it's anything like King Dakar at Six Flags Great Adventure, which was just blown up, by the way, quite literally imploded. If it's anything like that, then the maintenance costs are going to be substantial, to say the least. They were spending $1 million a year on King Dakar at Great Adventure. So it might be prudent now for Fort Park to just say, well, 20 years, the end of its service life. Either we're going to do something to reimagine it and give it a more reliable launch system, because that's always what the issue is on these rides, is the launch system. Or it's time to tear it down. Which is quite possibly the way they're going to go. It's sad because, you know, the ride is absolutely outstanding, first and foremost. It's over in about like 5 seconds. Well, let's be more realistic. It's probably about 12 seconds. But it is outstanding, you know, the world's fastest accelerating coaster, 0 to 80 miles an hour in 1.8 seconds. But it's not been working. So when I go there on Sunday, hopefully they've managed to get it repaired, but I'm not optimistic. Put it that way. And like I say, the way the world is going with these roller coasters, I don't think that the hydraulic launches are worth saving. They cost so much to maintain. So we may be seeing a bye-bye for stealth at Thorpe Park, which would be a shame. 205 feet in the air. It's a fun ride. But sometimes, I know the fans, the enthusiasts, of which I am one, make a lot more noise about these sorts of things than the general public do. And there'll be uproar if it goes. But in the same breath, that uproar won't extend to the general public. And a lot of ride, theme park, coaster enthusiasts don't seem to understand this, that their opinion is not the general consensus for the most part. And that's with any fandom, to be honest. The diehards, they think one way, but the general public generally doesn't care. Lisa says, my weather app is saying it's getting hotter next week. Well, the hotel we're staying at, Lisa, has an outdoor pool, doesn't it? So I shall certainly be bringing the gear to go into the outdoor pool, because if the weather over there is anything like it's been here the last couple of weeks, yeah, I'm gonna be retreating there. As long as they don't touch tower, you're okay. You'll chain yourself to the rails. No, that's fair enough. And I'd be right there alongside you, to be fair. Be right there alongside you. Sun cream. Lots of sun cream. That sounds good to me. Okay, so this is going on here. This thing's building up. And these will fold up. It's going to look pretty good. But we will finish this tomorrow. Because I could finish it tonight. Probably within the next, 90 minutes. But I'd rather do this and then do another 90-minute stream tomorrow. If I'm honest with you. Bank holiday Monday. And plus, it's really hot in here. So, looking at the new era and the new theming, I don't think they have plans in the next 5 to 10. I agree. I agree. There's just no point. And to be fair, unless Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars hit really big at the box office, Marvel's pretty much done anyway. At this point, they're not making anywhere near the money that they used to. The quality's fallen right off. So Marvel's pretty much done. So there'll be no point in building new Marvel. Well, they're doing it at Disneyland in California, aren't they? They're building 2 new Marvel rides, actually. Whether or not that's a good idea, well, I don't know. They only did Cali as it was cheap. Yeah, but they're building 2 brand new rides in California right now. Avengers Infinity Defense, which is going to be hundreds of millions of dollars. And then some Kuka Robot Arm Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark ride. And I say Robert Downey Jr. because he's actually coming back to voice Stark for Disney. So, yeah, that's happening. And that's sort of how he wound up in the Doomsday scenario, where he's back as Doctor Doom, because he started talking to Disney again. He wanted to get involved in the theme parks. And they're building a Kuka Robot arm ride, but it's not really like a themed experience so much as you're just being chucked around on a robot arm. And it's being built on the cheap, to be fair. Yeah, it is to make California's Avengers campus stand out. But like I said, the issue is, and the issue that they have, is that Marvel doesn't sell at the box office anymore. I mean, there are notable exceptions. Spider-Man No Way Home. But then again, that wasn't Marvel, that was Sony, because Sony have the movie rights to Spider-Man. They just lend Spider-Man to Marvel. It's fucked up, but that is how it works. Deadpool and Wolverine was Marvel Studios, but if Kevin Feige had had his way, that wouldn't have even been made. And that made a ton of money. Let's face it, since then, Captain America Brave New World is a flop. The Marvels was an absolute disaster. Thunderbolts, although it looks like it's probably a good movie, is not getting the recognition it deserves. Money's falling off. We've got Fantastic Four coming out in July. That might hit, because let's face it, it's the first time Marvel Studios have done Fantastic Four. So it may well hit. Trailers look pretty good, to be fair. I've not got any issues with what I've seen so far. Big spoiler for the Fantastic Four at the end of Thunderbolts, though, which I have no idea why Marvel Studios have done that. Huge spoiler for Fantastic Four after the credits. Makes the movie kind of redundant. Makes you going to see the movie kind of redundant, because you then find out, basically, what's happened at the end. So, I think they're sort of relying heavily on Fantastic Four being a hit, but the star power in Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doctor Doom for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, but not just Robert Downey Jr. I mean, look at what they've thrown at the wall for Doomsday. They're bringing back all of the Fox X-Men cast. Even Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, and he hasn't been seen since X-Men 2. They're bringing him back. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And if these movies don't hit, there's just no point in continuing to invest into Marvel in the theme parks. So that's the state of play for, I guess, Disney and Marvel. So that's why I don't see much in the way of Marvel in the parks, internationally at the very least, being a thing. Yeah, we've got Avengers Campus already at Disneyland Paris, but let's face it, it's more Avengers Car Park than Avengers Campus. It's not a great land, and it was not done well. They only added one new ride, which was that Web Slingers ride. They, not only that, they were supposed to turn Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith into a Spider-Man coaster, and I've showed off the concept art on this channel before. And it looked really good. Like, they were going to pack a load of practical New York skyscrapers into the gravity building where the coaster is housed. And they flubbed it. And then they made it a Captain Marvel and Iron Man coaster that's got practically no theming inside. Just a couple of screens where you see Iron Man or Captain Marvel. You got Brie Larson doing the voice and the acting work, actually, for Captain Marvel. So at least they managed to get her in. It's certainly not Robert Downey Jr. doing Tony Stark. It's some French man. But you like the area theming, but it needs an expansion pad ASAP. Of course it does. It's okay. It's not amazing. I think we should do a full Avengers Campus, every nook and cranny tour and review in a few weeks' time. What do you think, Lisa? The one at Disneyland Paris. We should properly go over it, show people what's in there and all of that good stuff. And like I said, they've kind of flubbed it. What on earth? How does this go on there? Oh, it's going to go on like that. No, not slightly. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay. I was working that out. Yeah, I think we should do that because I think it's worth... Look, I think it's worth criticising where things need to be criticised. And I go back to people being upset that I criticised Brighton Pier. But the point of what we do is not to just be nice for the sake of being nice. And yeah, that might sound shitty. But in the same breath, if we go to a place, and we go to a lot of places, and if we go to a place and review it, and it's crap, and we tell people, yeah, come and spend your money here, how are we doing them a good service? How are we doing people a good service by saying that? Brighton Pier is overrated. Why are people mad about that? It's mostly employees, Lisa. I've had a few employees comment. They're mad about the fact that I called out and criticised operations, which are dreadful. Dreadful. They're mad about the fact that I have not just suggested, but outright said, I believe it's a call from management to run ride cycles as little as possible. Obviously, because we're in a cost of living crisis and running a ride costs a lot of money. And if people have paid for their wristbands and that up front, the less ride cycles they can put on, the better for them. It's profit, isn't it? Okay. Look at this. This thing gonna be huge. It's gonna be very big. But yes, I'm gonna call the build there for the night. And we'll go to big camera for the horizontal. But yeah, the point that I'm making is that if there's something that we see as great and good, I think if we're reviewing a place, it's obviously incumbent on us to say that and say this is really good about this place. But a lot of channels, and not just channels, mainstream access media, want access to things. That's why they're called the access media, because they get access to these places. And in order to gain that access, without spending their own money, of course, is to give favourable reviews in return for access. Now, I'm not going to do that. Now, we'd love access. We'd love to have the ability to go and see things and review things and not have to pay hundreds, if not thousands of pounds sometimes to do that. But if that was to come, if we were invited somewhere and that came with conditions, such as you are not to give a negative review, then what's the point? And besides, if you are putting conditions on people not to give negative reviews, then you're worried they might give a negative review. If you're confident in your product and you're confident in your experience, let people review it honestly and fairly. And that's what we are going to do. We won't compromise our honest opinion for the sake of a free ticket. It's not going to happen. So, Brighton Pier was dreadful. It was super expensive. They were running the rides, I think, purposely 15 minutes between a ride cycle. It's ridiculous. I think it was on purpose. And I mean, they weren't even checking restraints. I've got it on camera. Chrissy, Tiana, who's in the chat, they were on that octopus bouncer ride. He did not check their restraints. Not once. So they can't even say, oh, it took so long to check the restraints. Didn't check them. Got it on camera. So yeah. I will criticize things that need criticizing. And if I become unpopular for it, I would rather not have people waste their money on a product or experience, especially in this current climate. I would much rather people get an honest opinion and not waste money on that product, that experience, if it's subpar. But I agree, Lisa. You can't mess with health and safety. But they didn't check the restraints. I've got it on video. Didn't check once. And even Chrissy said before they went off, and it's on video, he didn't check our restraints. What can I say? That's what happened. But on that note, if you have come along and joined us tonight while we've done these stages of Grogu, I want to say a huge thank you if you've hit that like button. Even more of a thank you, and of course, if you have joined us via subscription tonight, I hope we've earned it. And thank you again. So, with that, we will be back here Bank Holiday Monday tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern, if you're over in the United States, as some of you are these days. First of all, I'm going to say goodnight